right. A little bit of a late start on today's stream. My apologies for that. We ran late this afternoon and needed a little break. Setting up for Siege Hour on Crowfall tonight.
No healing food. Sorry, Tachyon.
It's all good.
So we're supposed to scout the other zone, right? Red Tile?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Confirm. Sorry, Berta, one more time. Confirm. I am or am
All right,
not streaming comms.
Gate is...
Berta, confirm for me one more time. I am or am not streaming comms. Okay. All right, I think I'm not going to for Siege Hour, but I will consider it in the future. I just want to clear it with Rook before I do it for Siege Hour. I think don't want to make it more problematic than it needs to be. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And you're probably right. I'm probably being overly cautious on that. It's just... So was it was decided? What about class abilities? Yeah, Jedi. We are... See, I guess Siege Hour technically starts in like 14 minutes or something, but we're there just trying to figure out. We just had a big guild meeting about how we're going to go forward with a bunch of things, but some of the things included were some of the streaming stuff, so... But yeah, I'm here for at least a couple hours, at least Siege Hour, and probably a little bit afterwards. A little low energy at the moment, dealing with a million tech issues still. Having a day off, a couple days off here. Monday and Tuesday will be nice. Hoping to get those audio issues solved, if possible. Running around. I haven't gotten any like trends out of it yet. Sometimes people show up, sometimes they don't. Yep.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Thank you, Scott, for the resub.
9 p.m. filthy, best filthy.
Cheers, man. 9 p.m. best filthy. Yeah, I'd say I'm probably my best self a couple drinks in at the end of my day. Absolutely. Also, good evening, Nobu. The macro strategy is well balanced in this. I don't even think it makes sense to... Well, I mean, I guess I can speculate randomly if you want, or talk about what I'm experiencing, but we're close to a number of really big balance passes from them. So I'm not too worried about it, is what it really boils down to. At the moment, they have basically said they have most of their systems in game now, and are happy with the systems as the basic concepts. And the next patches will focus a lot on refinement, like performance, refinement, and balance. So, hey, Fudgenator. So I'm not too worried about it right now is the answer to that. I guess if I really had to look down at it, I'm looking forward to the expanded siege hour. I think it becomes more interesting strategically when not everything is open in the same hour, because at the moment it does a lot of blocking forces down at the locations that they want to have at the end of the hour, and that is almost always above and beyond the priority of attacking someone, right? So if you've invested a bunch of time and resources of the guild building up a keep or a fort, then a lot of the time you're going to be forced basically to defend that if that's important to your guild. So you get tethered to that location. Now, if you have multiple holdings and there's multiple different hours when things are coming up, like you get to make some decisions about, okay, well, we see our big rival has taken this particular holding on such a day that's open. It's open for siege hour at this time and this time. We want our forts up opposite that so we can attack them while keeping our kind of stuff. So some of that. Some of that. Hey, Trinicle. Oh, good bandage. I forgot I had a good bandage. Right, can I get that while I'm running? Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. New gate cover. I mean, I think it's on the screen twice, but it's still better than what it was, I think. Have to see if it works, but I mean, it's like a point. There's like half a point in covering all this shit, right? You don't need to make it easy. I especially don't want to make it super easy for someone who's just casually turning in the stream, be like, oh, okay, where is he, kind of deal. On the other hand, in this game, the worlds are small enough at the moment. You're probably not realistically hiding your position for long, regardless. So it's kind of a, little bit of each world there. Honestly, a lot of the times I'm just kind of happy to I'm pretty happy most of the time to get content most of the time. So I know there was some kind of fiasco going on this afternoon with some other streamer. I didn't catch any part of it. I don't know if it was this morning or this afternoon, where someone was streaming comms of their guild and streaming fights, and things got a bit salty in comms. So I don't know. It doesn't really happen on my stream for some reason. I'm quite happy to die. I don't mind dying at all. Do a lot of fighting, and I'm happy to fight where I'm not always going to win, right? That's just part of the mentality that I have for PvP MMOs. You're going to lose some fights, and that's okay, man. The fun is in fucking getting out there and fighting. And yeah, no one wants to fight massively outnumbered or to the point where they never have a chance at it. But shit, every time I finish a fight, I spend a good portion of my time thinking, what can I do better, or what could I have done better? And when I watch the footage again, it's looking at it from that perspective. Yeah, Nobu, that's correct. What happened, Tyrannical? I wouldn't mind a TLDR, like a summary of what the fuck happened. Oh, it's a TRA streamer? Okay. I was not only practicing as Xanabu, I was excelling. Oh, thanks, Nobu. Ooh, drinks. Let me get that process started. One sec. What was the challenge? Bear Dad, what was the challenge? I am not streaming comms right now, but I could. Oh, I see. Yeah, let's not stream that. It's not bad. It's that you don't want to stream drug content on Twitch. You'll get yourself in trouble. Yeah. All right. Was my last compliment for July, Xanadu? That's fine. I'll make do. We've been through long stretches without before. We can go again. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't know. Like when I first started streaming, I remember that was a weird transition going from playing at home on your own to playing in front of an audience. Because there was definitely a period of time where you just sort of, I was just treating it normally. I'd be like, so if I get fucking pissed off at somebody, I would just, you know, I'd go off on them. I'd go off on them in stream. And it's funny and it's amusing content, kinda. But it's really kind of taking your personal thoughts. And I use anger as a motivational tool in like PvP. I don't like fucking dying. I'm okay dying. I die all the time. I understand it's a part of PvP, but I don't like it. I want to do what I can to minimize that. And hold on a sec. And I do not mind using the kind of tools, psychological tools of dehumanizing the opponent to make them something that you hate, like a force that you hate or a group that you hate or an individual that you hate. That's why I hate getting on comms with my opponents, man. It humanizes them. And it's so much harder to maintain that level of like animosity that you can use to motivate yourself if they're a human opponent. So it's kind of interesting in Civ when I get really annoyed with people. Sometimes they're just such an asshole anyways, it doesn't matter. Like they can be human and an asshole and you can still hate them, and that's great. But point being, the transition to streaming a long time has kind of made that different. Made it a little different how I interact with that. Yeah, I'm okay until someone ruins my entire 8-hour game, Nobu, in the first 2 hours of that game by doing something so preposterously stupid and clearly a bad idea that will lose them the game and lose me the game. That's rage-inducing. Here, you just blow them up. This is a PvP game, and this is not a PvP game where the other resources work that way, right? In this game, some guild pressures us real hard. We don't lose the game to every other guild. We just stomped that guild. And granted, sometimes that's how the Civ games would go down, but it was a lot of work. If you were in a good lobby with good players and some shitter or some medium player like settled you and you had to fight that shit off, you just lost the game, right? Like you lost and they lost. Hey, Vizzle, thank you for the resub. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, that's right. Part of me making the guide videos was to make my opponents less shitty. So they would stop doing shitty things in the games I was playing and costing me the game. Are we ganking? We are starting the Siege Hour. At the moment, we are part of a gang out. And we are fighting the mature black bog bear. 4 hours of rage. That's right. That's how you motivate Nobu. Yeah, so the Siege Hour starts in a couple minutes here, but we are part of a small group right here. Going to have a look around, see what's... I was just told to prepare for Valhalla, so that's exciting. When moments like this, think to myself, who do I hate the most? And how can I bring them with me? Ride the pony we ride? Okay, hold on. It's really difficult to line that up. Come on. The hornets are buzzing. They are angry. So here LOS is really important. So the way that mounting in this game works is if you take damage twice and you're not a centaur, you will be dismounted. If you get knocked down, stunned, rooted, etc. Well, I don't think a root actually dismounts you, but it will hold you in place. If you get stunned or knocked down, you will get dismounted. So there's a large number of people running behind us. Some of them have the 20-meter blink bullshit, which means that they can be faster than us. So we will be probably taking the honorable route of jumping off the edge here. Falling damage is capped at 40%. So if we jump off this edge here, we don't die. We'll be forced to Alt P, which is our recall. The recall has a long cooldown, so we can't do that multiple times, but we can actually prevent them from doing anything here. I don't know why I'm doing this though. I could have gone somewhere else, but okay. I've been told to jump off, so jump off. The problem is actually bouncing. Bouncing fucks you. So I want to stay away from the side of the walls because I can hit like a ledge, bounce off that ledge, taking 40% damage, hit another ledge, bounce off that ledge, take 40% damage, and then hit the bottom and die. So mounts are invisible in this game, Nobu, and you ride pigs. So as I was saying the other night, you ride invisible pigs in this game to battle. I mean, there's a perfectly good horseman right there who I'm not allowed to ride into battle. I have to ride my invisible pig, which feels a little bad, but oh well, you know, sacrifices. Am I playing the damage section of Frostweaver? I'm playing a Confessor is what I'm playing, Missy. Are you Missy from Discoms? I wonder, I gotta look up what, it's actually on my to-do list tomorrow. I need to look up fair usage laws. I wonder if I can take clips of Monty Python's coconuts for like a fair usage, as long as I don't run them too long. I know I could just run them on stream, but then it would mute the VOD potentially, because I would love to just play that when I'm riding on my coconut. Ah, yeah. I am streaming. Correct. So hi, hey Missy. So yeah, I'm a Confessor, which is a fire mage essentially. I had Frost Armor because the Frost Guard in our group, which is the as you were saying, the tank class of the Frostweaver, is able to give that to allies, which is probably too strong and probably needs to be nerfed, but it's basically the only group buff out there, the only raid-wide buff basically that anything can give right now. Well, I mean, Rip Nagoti, your sacrifice was valiant, but ultimately futile. Oh, I wanted to see. Yeah, random guy somewhere. I gotta figure out exactly what that is, because sometimes there's like bits I would like to add, and sometimes I don't know. Gotta figure out how that works. You antagonize them. I felt like we just ran by like a hornet's nest, and you kicked it. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, you were. I think we've seen movies like this. It was like a horde of skeletons, like tearing like the big man down. Is what happened. And like there was like dramatic music and tears, and you know, like I've had to go back to your wife and tell her what happened, and now like we're getting close, and I'm comforting her, and it's just the whole thing is. You know, like, I think over time, you know, I'm going to be there to help her. And, you know, she's going to be pleased with that and reach out. Yeah, exactly. And she knows that you'd be happy if she were happy post you. It's just the nature of things. I wish I could stream comms right now, chat. But soon again. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out as a guild if we want to stream comms during Siege Hour in this particular streamer channel and keep the streamers together kind of thing. I'm sorry, say that again? Well, this is... The thing about this is as reliable as a resource as we allow it to be, right? If some of the time when they run out there to gank the group of 5 that are streamed, we have a fucking army like waiting like one ridge over, they're going to be like, wait a minute, last time we did watch that stream, we died for it. You know, if we just always give them true information with the stream, then they count the stream as a true information source. We don't have to do that. Oh, you don't like the melee combat, Nobu, where I'm like sitting down like this, running after somebody who's juking around all the time, and then it's like giving a poor amount of frames. So you can see the cooldown on my recall just to the right of the Q button, the giant Q button. So I have 1600 or 1500 seconds before I can recall again. I don't really like the falling mechanic being capped, but and there's been fights where I've taken the option of dying rather than jump off like that. Excuse me. But I tend to do that in fights that aren't ridiculous, right? I think we had a really cool fight, I think last week, where we fought 3 guilds in a row, and then the 4th guild showed up and killed us, and we were sitting right next to a ledge, and we actually had that discussion on comms. We're like, should we jump off? And we're like, nah, they earned it. Let's just die, which was fine.
Dang.
Thank you. Care Bear, I swear you resubbed yesterday. This is your alt though, right? Thank you, Care Bear, for the tier 2 sub for 46 months. The continued support is much appreciated. Much love. And we'll see. I think I'm winning people over with streaming comms, because I think it just makes for a better, more engaging idea of what the fuck's going on, right? Like, it's more fun to know the people you're playing with and what they're doing, and hearing the calls and hearing the surprise of like a gank, or you know, the excitement of a fight, or like, I need help. You know, this type of stuff is just better. Let's go. We have 3. Where are you? We're more than happy to go. Bring your 3 to us. We will eat them. But yes, that can be something we can use with I don't know if that was a comment about what you can do with a stream, right? Oh. Good luck with working, Nobu. I hope you get some sleep one day. You must be very productive with all the time you don't spend sleeping. Yeah, right. You have the hours in the day, but not the mental wherewithal. I understand. I wonder if I would love to see like a breakdown of like one of your books, and you're like, I wrote this section with no sleep. This section was after like a good couple weeks of sleep. Do your editors be like, hey, write this one again when you've been sleeping? Let's do it. I'm in. Yep. This Tack Young guy running around stealing all my pigs. We've done it. Siege Hour has never been... Wait. Equestrian's horse. What's fucking pig? It's not... So like canine, feline, equestrian. What's fucking pig? What is the word I'm looking for? Why aren't these pigs moving? Porcine? Is it? Suide? Porcine. I've never heard that. I guess I've never had the need for that descriptor in language before, but now I do. Now I have that. This will be the most porcine. Porcine? How do I pronounce? I gotta Google it. It's gotta be Googled. How do I say it, Google?
Porcine.
Porcine. It is porcine. Alright. This will be the most porcine siege hour I've ever been a part of. I guess I should go get some pig. I mean, I thought I got these pigs, but... Shinobu. Pigs? Why does it cut out when I finish taming them? There we go. Come here, pigs. Can I get armors for my pigs? I'm feeling left out over here. Thank you. Thank you, Nagoti. Huh. These are pigs. I think there's a large number of the times with this particular stuff I'm not gonna need my mana ability. So let's get the whistle in. Alright, if you guys were wondering why I never stream PvE content, tonight during Siege Hour, this is the exception. Tonight I am running pigs. Look at this. Is this fort in the way of us running these pigs? Alright, let's take it out so we can get these pigs through. I just like to whistle at the pigs. My whistles are not about calling the pigs. This is like a cat call kind of whistle. I don't know why we're near Corvus Citadel's Ballista, but we are. Presumably my pig will keep me alive. Fair number of them on the walls. I'm gonna tell them in general that we bring bacon. Let's bring the pig over here. Okay, pigs, block for me. Pigs in this game have more hit points than like tanks. My pit fighter would love to be as tanky as one of these pigs. Okay. The main force is deployed in these pigs. Now we just have to get the pigs angry. How do I get my pigs to attack? I don't do a lot of caravanning. Maybe chat can help me here. Tyrannical, maybe you can help. Now that I have the pigs, how do I get them to attack? Is there like a command of some sort? I mean, these look like formidable fucking tusks here. Also, I didn't know pigs had tusks. I'm not a farmer. Alright, pigs in. Pigs in. Alright, pigs. Look at this charge. Look at this glorious pig charge. It's amazing. I don't know if I can hit these. I wasn't able to hit ballistas in the last patch. Well, I'm seeing damage numbers come out, but look how few. Look how few damage numbers. Like, I don't think I'm hitting that. I don't know. It's taking damage, though. Maybe? Here's Unfilthy, please. I don't like ballistas right now because it's really unclear to me. Like, I can't see damage numbers when I hit them as ranged. And like in 5.10, ballistas just instantly got deleted. In this patch, they seem tankier, but worse than that, it's really hard to tell if they're taking damage. I guess I'm gonna kill this guard because, oh right, I'm running something I don't want to be running, I think. Yeah. Get a couple frames back by turning off instant replay on Shadowplay. But I'm still pretty shit in frames right now. Guess I'm killing this guard, question mark? Let's not die here. Okay. Archers are the only counter to ballistas. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Why can't other ranged DPS hit that? Also, what are these fucking orbs? They look like fake death orbs. Did they add a... I don't know what that icon is. I don't feel like there's been a patch either. What is it? I'm gonna touch it. What does it do to me? Is it something to do with their fort? I know there's a bunch of buff shrines now in the game. Is Cane Shrine doing it? Oh, there's a Cane Shrine, Kush. Oh, they have bomb then? Okay. So I shouldn't run on it. What does the Cane's buff do? Yeah, I don't know what that one does either. I'd love to know. Okay. So I shouldn't just poke it, because... You know, the number one thing I tend to do when I'm encountering new buffs is I run over them and touch them and see what it does. Hit K, I can see it. Oh, it's on my fucking... Yeah, good call. Kane's Schism. Final physical mitigation by 50%. Ouch. That's gonna make Slayers fucking do some damage, huh? I would expect this to be a KGV buff. Alright. Yeah. Dude, but the pit fighter! Oh, why is Kane the best god? Try to convince me otherwise, because as far as I could tell, Kane is clearly the best god in Crowfall. Oh no, my pigs! I need to name them. Good trip down all the buildings, yeah. I mean, this is them as well, though, right? Are they just assuming we don't run any melee? Or we don't run any physical damage? Because my pit fighter, our archers, would like to say otherwise? Do you get a second, Nagodi? My pigs don't have frost armor. See if I can grab a kill here. Dude, I got this sweet new fucking book from my my guild. Hooked me up. I don't remember if I was on stream when that happened or not. A lot of dudes in here, huh? Turns out it's hard to see with the pigs. Who would have guessed? Not me. Ooh, look at Hawk. Look at Hawk. Delete, 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 delete. Goodbye, Hawk. Goodbye. Maybe, maybe? Behind and Tenga. Then over here. Maybe knock down here. Purge Filthy, please. Okay, gonna have to ult out of that then. Don't have a purge on our guy. God, frames died. Look at this. 10. 10 is so bad right now. God, that's almost unplayable at 10. Like 15 starts to get like kind of sketch. Fucking 10 is trash. I know they say this is going to be on their priority of things to work on, but like this is kind of painful right now. Now I can baby rage tornadoes, but the problem with baby rage tornadoes now is they suck. They changed the angle which they disperse, and they're bad now. Oh, look at that! It's a frost armor. This is my frost armor. There are many frost armors, but this is my frost armor. Can't remember that actual quote. I'm getting calls here, but it's so hard to fucking see. Oh well. Yeah. Oh, there's a guard on me. Yeah. So does it also spawn these orbs? Is that also Kane doing that? Dude, go for 1 second, immediately like out. I didn't want to deal with these guards. I need to not be standing in this fucking center of this either. This is so useless. Alright, let's get some perspective. There we go. Finally, I can actually see somebody to kill. It's nice. Still. What just yanked me? Was that a fucking guard? It's bad news if it's a guard. Heals on Filthy, please. Kinda close. Just a little bit. And ult again, too. We have people behind us, Bear Dad. He heals on Filthy. He's hiding my pigs. Pigs doing work. It's kind of a clusterfuck. I need to spread out to see targets for this because this frame rate I can't do anything in this fucking like 10 in the middle. I'm just throwing CCs and doing nothing the rest of the time. Yeah, good heals. Not particularly efficient use of a confessor here right now though. Kind of feels bad. Is that a leash guard too? Rip. This guard's hit really hard with this debuff. This is kind of bad right now. Are your frames total shit, Nagodi? I'm at like 12 FPS right now, and I had 12 FPS that entire fight, 12 to 10. Ooh, that looks like content. Heads up, TRA here. Right, actually, this is good though. We can actually have some fucking fighting here. Don't want to leave that knight just picking us off the flank, but that's fine. So there's going to be CC coming out. This looks like they've come to relieve CC. There's going to be Corvus Citadel coming. I got good. Purge Filthy, please. Gonna die here if we don't get help. Thank you. God, it's so bad with 10 frames. It's like I start to like think of doing something in like 30 seconds I can do something. He's blink into a tree, sure did. Okay. I don't know what assailant is. Looks like kind of a cleric possibly. CC out again behind us. I don't want to chase two clerics alone when they're not doing anything. Feels like I'm kind of doing shit right now. Good part of this though is I am getting a couple seconds where I'm not being pressured to build up ult again. Such a clusterfuck. Ah. Good old turn-based MMOs. This has been the worst it's been in a while. There is a bug, and I don't know what causes it sometimes, where your frame rate drops and it won't come back up. It's possible I got hit with that, but I actually think it's probably just the number of players here. Hey, look, more people. Hey. Expecting him to die there, actually. The call on comms was Karan is killing my girlfriend. Kill him. I don't know why we're on that. We don't want to be on that. That's a fucking pit. I'll get the cleric instead. Reaper's knocked down as a cleric. The Karan's a pit fighter. You sure you want to be on him? Taking a lot of damage here. Need heals on Filthy, please. God, I wish I could like get a couple more frames so I could fucking do something. I spend like half my time actually trying to figure out if I can see something long enough to do something. We're spending way too much time on this pit fighter. It's really not what I want to be seeing. I was asking why Nagodi, the other streamer, says he's having issues with frames too. That is a streamer from another guild. Primary. Oh fuck, food buff. Oh man. All right, that's probably the sloppiest group fight I've done in weeks, quite honestly. Always feels bad when your first fight is with someone you're waking up off of, but I don't even think it's that. It's the frames. You don't realize how much it degrades what you can do until you're dealing with it. And probably a lot of people are in the same boat. You saw like Padishah when he like blinked into the tree and just stood there for a second, probably because he's getting absolute garbage frames. guards. So we have two kind of rough like grouping things. Not only are there movement calls, which are important to be following, but also the grouping has both pluses and minuses. When you're in the group, the people around you block shots meant to go your way, and it's difficult to focus down people with range. But the downside of that is okay, another group coming in. This is a different guild, a third guild. Okay, we need to not be here. Just a sec. Ooh, just fat fingered an ult. Really don't mean to do that. Okay. This is where CC is actually a little bit useful. Not Corvus Citadel CC, but CC as an actual crowd control CC. This is why I didn't want to fucking fat finger an ult, because if I get focused again, I'm going to be in really bad shape. Which just happened. Prem is super low, trying to finish that. Coolster's down too. Okay. Actually getting some content tonight, which is nice. Yeah. Don't really want to be primary with only one ult right now. CC's coming back out, a little far away from my group. Let's see if we can actually use some ability cooldowns for a little bit here. Probably delete Nebuchadnezzar here. No, that's an ult. Don't really want to be behind either, because if I'm behind... Can you kill this, please? So much fucking healing. Oh. We get another kill here if we're lucky. I don't want to blink away, but I don't have infinite fucking health here. Maybe can kill Kalanos if he's going to be that aggressive. Kind of wanted to kill there, but we got another group coming in. They have a res outpost here, so killing CC is only minimally useful compared to killing the other groups, which is a lot more value. A lot of content. Kind of excited by it. Doing a lot of running back and forth. Yep, all in stream. Alright, another frost armor if I can get one. Sweet. Okay. COD zombies. Yeah, I'm not playing Crowfall anymore. I'm playing a anti-zombie game right now. This is what was it? What was the first really big game? My brother was really into it for a while, but I've forgotten the name. Where like one half the team would play like the hero kind of people, and the other half would play like the zombie people, and you were trying to get a win from that side. Maybe it's kind of like that. Problem is, these people are rezzing. Like, kind of wish we'd killed this statue. Wish I could stream comms right now. There's some excited people. Okay. Alright, so that's ours. This is their defenders down. They had two other guilds show up to help, but their resistance is probably broken here from Corvus. We've got other groups kind of rallying outside. So I'm going to try to get back out to my group and see what shows up. Yeah, the frames are rough. I need heals though, because I'm getting wrecked by a guard. Oh no, it's Atreus at the top. It's a player. Look behind us on the top of the house. At 50 meters, it's an archer class. It's fine. Actually, I thought I was getting hit by an archer guard. It was hitting hard. Yeah. Do we actually need to take the fort? What do you need to do? So they need to go, so right now this is an hour. It's open for another 26 minutes. So they have to go stand in the circle. The circle makes it, we have to uncap it, then recap it. So we broke the walls with siege weapons, killed their people, killed the reinforcement people, killed them again when they respawn at the respawn outpost. Their respawn gets longer and longer the number of times they die. And then you have to go into this room. This is the throne room. And this is only the mechanic for the smaller holdings right now. The smaller mechanic's a circle mechanic. So you can see at the top, see how we have the shield of my guild, the gray and the white with the bird. And you see how we're like 2/3 or like maybe like 60% green here. That will tick up as long as someone's in here. So we have to uncap that from them, then recap it for us basically. Now this is ours right now. It will remain, it's vulnerable for the next 25 minutes. Some other group can come in and do the same thing. But at the end of 25 minutes, it will go to whoever won it. Which is us right now, right? So we'll own it at the end of 20 minutes. I don't know. That was pretty shit play on my part, but my frames have been fucking atrocious. So I don't know. I want to blame some of that there. We're alive. I'm alive. Didn't die, but I don't really feel like I did a lot of contributing there. It was, you know, a little bit of damage here, a little bit of CC there, a little bit of kills, but it's like kind of rough. So I don't know. Anyways, there's supposed to be buffs in this. Bad frames playing DPS is bad. Yeah, but everyone's in the same scenario. But I had a very hard time dealing with that for some reason. Like I normally, this is the worst frames I've had in a while, and it felt that way. It felt like that way from the impact on my play. I don't remember the hell the buff things are. That's a buff. That's a damage buff, so we get Deadeye out of this, which is a range damage buff. Okay. There is, I believe, this building. Do they have an Arcane Armory, whatever the fuck it's called? I don't do a lot of the PvE stuff. I'm not very interested in it. That's a buff here. What's this one? Keeper of Time. I don't think that's a PvP buff. Oh, it is. It's 3% resist all bonus and 5% mounted speed. That's kind of nice. I think that's something. Bee rustling. I don't think that's a PvP buff either. Harvest chance beeswax. That was something we had to build. Are we sure we wanted to build that? Wined and dined. Yeah, they're food buffs. So you can have one wined food buff and one dined food buff active at a time. I think I have a second to crash the client and relog. Like my frames have not recovered. I'm at like 30 now, 24 right now. Okay, I'm gonna do that then. Right back. All right. I mean, that was a lot of content there, a lot of players. I definitely enjoyed that fight. I just wish it had been a little less laggy there. It's a nice new fort you got. Yes, we farmed them. Well, we killed a lot of people. I don't actually know what our losses were. We held the field, so we get to do things like resurrect. I felt personally kind of shit there, and I hate that feeling post-fight. I like feeling like I contributed, and I really feel like I didn't contribute shit there. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways. So, this is, by the way, if you are, hey, just tuning in, and you're one of my viewers checking out Crowfall, ignore the performance temporarily. There's a lot of people out here. Larger than what normal group fights are, and performance is the top of Ace's list of priorities right now. But this is PvP, man. This is PvP in a game that is a PvP based MMO, and it's fucking exhilarating to actually be PvPing. So, very excited about that. Sustain good or enemies weak? A bit of both, right? We've got a group to hide in. I mean, you saw how low a number of us went. Both myself and Bear Dad are running Confessors. We have a very powerful defensive ult that makes us invisible and a huge barrier. Bear Dad, can you grab me please on Filthy? Hey, we got people. Grab Filthy, Bear Dad. Just Filthy Robot. Invite Filthy Robot. Thank you, sir. Okay. Looks like there's going to be another round. Frames are still struggling, sure, but they're better than they were. I logged out at 22. I'm back in at 40. Right, Bizra? Like, I got you guys on my side on this one. Let's get these group invites going. Excuse me. Anyways, I don't know. It was okay. It was a fun fight. No complaints about the fun fight. I wish the frames were a little bit better, and I wish I personally felt like I had done a little bit more in that fight. I hate feeling useless in fights. Fucking hate it. Yeah. What is my favorite popcorn flavoring? It is a good question, Galvi. It really gets to the heart of the game, the heart of the stream, I would say. I'm not a big popcorn guy, honestly. Don't really like popcorn. Also, who puts flavoring on popcorns? Salt, maybe? I tried a local seltzer kush, and it was somehow worse than White Claw, which made me very, very displeased. Negative. No one tries to take the fort back anymore. I mean, there's still 19 minutes left in the siege, so for 19 more minutes this fort is open to be recaptured. They're not in a rush to do it. There's, you know how in like football there's timings with when you want to pass the ball off, essentially, when you want to trade possession of the ball, because it takes a certain amount of time to basically set up a fucking scoring run most of the time, or a scoring push rather, a scoring drive most of the time. Same kind of in Crowfall to some degree, right? It takes a while to respawn, reorganize, get your ults up, get your buffs out, and go. So there is something to be said about timing your attacks actually relative to the siege window. So it could be something related to that. Might not be, but it's one of the things that actually is relevant. Football analogy. Well, as a this is reasonable. That is a reasonable analogy. It's not a like forced analogy. In games, there are times to do things, and in this scenario, there is a time that benefits them more than another time. They don't want to give us a chance to reform and take it back. That could be one of the reasons that they are staggering their attack here. Would I describe my opponents as fourth and long? I try not to put numbers and judgments on length or girth to my opponents, Galvia. I think it would be inappropriate. Run the ball every single down. Right, there's no timeouts in Crowfall. Well, there's streamer timeouts. It's very amusing that you find I think Crowfall CC is playing that much of a head game. Oh, I see. No, I'm being diplomatic on my stream. I don't know if they are or aren't, but there's at least the potential that they are, and that would be something that you could do if you were being smart about things. You would care about the timing, Catwise, right? I really fumbled that analogy. I was reaching for terms that are not on the tip of my tongue, Galvia. For sure. The analogy was fine, quite honestly. I got there. Took me a moment. I'm trying to commentate real time as I'm fighting in a fucking 10 FPS, like 40v, I don't even know, or I actually don't know what our size is. We're probably not 40, but something like 30v whatever number of fucking players just fought. I thought I did all right. I thought I did fine. Now, I don't think I did super fine on the gameplay, but I think I did fine on describing what roughly was going on for that. Do you guys ever roll with less than 10? That seems like a trolley comment. If you watch my stream regularly, which you don't, asking that, I run around all the time alone, and I run around all the time in 3 to 5 man. All the time. All right, how are we looking? I want to check. I don't understand why the kill board isn't updating, or rather, you can't access your portion of the kill board if anything has happened in like anything at all. Basically, has happened in a while for that. It's kind of annoying. All right. Hey, yoink. Hey guys. I take it your siege hour is not quite as interesting as the siege hour. Yes, it is. Wow. It's unfortunate. But I do get a little bit more of a understanding of how fun it must have fucking been in the last couple campaigns being W. I'm gonna say I'm a little jealous if this is like the type of content you guys are getting regularly. Hey Scott, thanks for the gifted subs, man. Tyrannical is now a sub. Welcome Tyrannical and Far Jacko, courtesy of Scott Deathridge. Cheers, man. Dude, you get the best emotes.
Another poor fool, lost in time and space.
All right. Let's see if I can actually push buttons like a non-imbecile here. There's not a lot of buttons to push on a Confessor, which is actually kind of good for commentary, right? Honestly, like, Confessors do a lot of auto-attacking. They just do a little less auto-attacking than I was doing in the last fight. Most of the time. If you're not playing like shit. Feels bad. God, I had the bee rustling buff now. There's no way they can win. I assume the bee rustling buff applies to players too. Is there a 5% chance when I loot a Corvus Citadel player tonight I get beeswax? I hope so. That's your video guide when? I'm seriously considering doing a round of... I gotta get these fucking... I really like to record videos tomorrow, Galvia, on Monday and Tuesday, but I'm probably gonna spend Monday dealing with hardware issues and internet issues, right? That's what I'll be fighting with on Monday. But I do actually want to do a kind of deep dive into the Confessor class and a bit of a deep dive into the Pit Fighter class to kind of walk through building them, the options you're making, the decisions you're making, and kind of the things that can come out of it. Because I think it would be a fun video to make, and I like making videos like that. Yeah, I would really like to ask you guys, maybe those of you with a little bit more understanding of the game than I have, did they choose bee rustling as their buff? Did they have like a series of buffs they could have chosen there, but they went with bee rustling? Were they pushing for something like... I know beeswax is used in what? Like cooking? Question mark? I guess no is strong. I suspect that beeswax is used in cooking. It's for making siege. Gotcha. Yeah. They were building siege. That seems more reasonable. Now you put it that way. I didn't realize, I mean... Yeah, I didn't realize that beeswax was a critical part of siege engines. I thought siege engines were like wood, dust, and I don't even know. It's made for ballistas. Okay. It's useful info. Nice, nice. Was that true in 5.10 as well, Galvia? Because I don't remember the exact amount of beeswax that I vendored as a wood harvester in 5.10, but it was a lot. Like a lot. Because as best as I could tell, no one fucking needed it in 5.10. Okay. Boxer Cruz. Hello, first time. When did you first start to play the game? 9 months ago? Is it worth it to buy it? That's an impossible question. It's requiring I know your subjective values. If you ask me more specific questions about it, I can maybe help with answering that. I'm playing it in my free time because I enjoy it. I like the game. I'm definitely biased from that perspective. I'm certainly not its #1 fanboy in terms of white knighting, all the things wrong with it. But I am pleased with the direction the development cycle continues to go, mostly. And I'm really kind of pleased where it's come in the last, like how it's changed in the last 9 months. So I think it's probably one of the, if not the best PvP MMO option on the market right now. If you're not a PvP MMO guy, it's not going to be something that you really like because it is a PvP game. So happy to answer more specific questions if you have them. Is the beeswax to like lube the ropes? I think in this context it's not called, well, maybe. Yeah. I want more buffs. How come there aren't there? Where's, all right, Galvia, where would I find if they had the actual good buff, the illusionary, whatever it is that got nerfed from 3 to 1%, but it's still good? Or maybe didn't get nerfed. Maybe it was based on like how many levels the building has. Yeah, the Arcane Armory buff. That's what I want. Is that this thing? It would be bright purple if they had it. So much disappointment. Do you guys remember that? I think it was in the last campaign that you guys came to visit and we came out of the fort and we fought you and we outnumbered you by like 10. And it was a wicked, stupid fucking fight that was a waste of everyone's time. But the idea was it good? Like that fight, I'd gone and like collected 2 buffs, 2 fucking shrine buffs, and we had 3 buffs in the actual holding itself. That was such a great moment in terms of buffs. I have a screenshot of that somewhere. I was really pleased with my stats from that. But this is disappointing. I think it would probably be BM to message Corvus Citadel and ask if they would create better buffs next time I take their fort. But I may try it, just in the off chance it works, because I would like better buffs. Well, we are rapidly approaching the time in which they're going to need to start fighting us if they want to take this back from us. I wonder if that is going to be their plan or if they're going to make us sit here contentless for the next 10 minutes. I kind of want to... Can we delete this shrine in some way, or is it just like active until someone kills it? We should just kill that stupid shrine. Yeah. Any tips for DPS style? Right now, melee is not in very good shape. There's a lot of reasons for it without getting into it. So you're probably going to want to play a ranged DPS if you're just jumping into it. The ranged DPS that are all very good right now, there's quite a few that are good. The most meta are probably Confessor or Frostguard. You would be fine on a Stormcaller. Probably people are okay if you're on an Archer. If you are later on, when you start feeling a little bit more familiar with the game, you might take something a bit more complicated or a bit... I don't know if it's more complicated. It's more of a kind of fewer number wanted in the guild kind of deal with things like Archmage. But if you roll a Frostguard or a Confessor or a Stormcaller right now, you're going to be fine. Has this game launched? It's an alpha. It's come a long way, man, since I first started playing this game, and I've only been playing for about 9 months. I can't imagine the people, and there's a number of them in chat right now who have been here for this game for years. I logged in like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, in one of those. Like I played like one Hunger Dome thing, and I was like, fuck this. I'll come back in some later time. Because because that did not do it for me at all. But this is mostly okay. You get good content nightly on this. People have to be kind of a pain in the ass to not give you any content for an evening, which is good. That's what I want. I want a MMO that gives me PvP content. I think I have also, if you are new to the stream and you want to know what Crowfall PvP looks like, I think I have a clip of that now up. That's with full comms, full group comms. It's us punching up versus a slightly larger but slightly less experienced group. I think it's like a 7v12 or 7v11 or something, but with full comms to get a sense of what the PvP looks like. We had decent frames there. I don't think I was down to 10 or 12 or something like that. So the fight felt a lot more organic, a lot more natural, a lot more smooth at the very least. So had a lot of fun with that one. These sieges have been nice because it's been so many people. The fight I just linked is probably like a small gang PvP fight in Crowfall, but tonight was a much larger set of groups, and I like the large group fights too. I just need a little bit better performance to really enjoy them. I should look at general chat, because generally what happens in games like this is once the actual PvP slows down a little bit, like the PvP in game, PvP in general chat fucking ramps up. I want to look at, I think Zyback tweeted today that he was 50-1, and I'm pretty sure he died in that fight. I want to just double check that. Let's go have a look. I feel like that is in of itself a reason to nerf. Right there you'd be like, oh, that's justified. That's enough information to nerf that the escape option on that class. What am I looking for? I'm looking for KGB, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm going to share that with my group. They may get a kick out of that. Guys, I don't know if you follow Zyback on Twitter. I do. He tweeted today that he was 50-1 in this campaign. He tweeted the KGV scoreboard. He's now 50-2. I don't know. I don't know. And I wonder if the frames per second prevented him from ulting, because I don't think that class is killable most of the time. It just isn't. You can't stop them from getting away. And I wonder if it was literally the performance that killed him. I'll be curious to see. Why is my team 200 away from me? I may possibly have been running my mouth instead of actually doing something useful here. Alright. I don't want to miss content, so let's go find out what's happening. Do I have the best gear already? No, absolutely not. This is early days in the crafting cycles. And this character, this is a zero import campaign, which means that when I entered this world, I entered this world like the fucking Terminator, butt naked, like landing out of a fucking sphere and just looking around for someone to mug to get their clothing and their gear. And that's how the zero import campaigns work. And it's kind of a fun mechanic to start that way. So I have kind of basic gear that drops off mobs. Crafted gear is soon TM. So at some point I'll have crafted gear out of my crafters. I don't know if that will be at the end of this campaign or during this campaign. It's not clear to me yet. But I'm running around in a mix of okay stuff and really garbage stuff, basically. Gear in this game breaks, it degrades in durability, and then is lost. You expect to replace and renew gear fairly regularly. And gear outside of your gear that you have equipped will stay with you when you die, but anything in your inventory drops when you die in this game. Alright. Let's see if I get enough frames to actually play the game during this next fight. Be nice. Yeah. I gotta say, killing guineas in this patch is pretty damn satisfying because they're so slippery right now. Too slippery in my opinion, but I've said this a lot of times on stream. I think 20-meter dodge is not good for the game. It's almost impossible for melee to stay on people. 20-meter dodge, it's very easy to both chase down people who are mounted and also get away from people when you're... It's a little bit too much. Okay. So C-Gen's in a minute. It doesn't look like they rallied up. That's too bad. I was kind of hoping for another fight of that size. Maybe not, Yoink. I think having played melee a lot the last couple patches, melee is really not okay. And melee versus 20-meter dodge, it really exacerbates the problems that you already have trying to get on people. And 20-meter dodge being added to centaurs made that worse. So I don't know. I don't disagree that other classes can be run down, especially if you're mounted and they're not kind of stuff. Whereas the Slayers with their ult can't. But it's still sticking on people as melee right now is fucking brutal. What kind of schedule is the development of this game? They have a channel, Twitch channel, and they do weekly, not necessarily weekly, they do Q&As fairly regularly. You can definitely check out the Q&As if you're interested in what's coming next. I think I just hit a Auroch. Hey look, it's a guinea. It's exciting. And I can't see it because he's gone along the side of me. Is this the game called Crowfall? I actually don't know that. The vessels the immortal souls of your characters are called crows, but I don't know why it's called Crowfall. Development of this game started as early as 2015. I don't even know if it was as late as that. It might have been earlier. I'm not entirely certain. What are your thoughts on how much further it needs to go? It's an alpha. They're looking to push it towards beta very soon. At the moment, the developers talk about this, and again, you can watch the Q&As online, is that they like the systems that are in place now and are looking for refinement, balance, and performance is what they're starting to switch their focus to. Well, it's our fort now. It's good. I wonder if we can... Cool. I wonder if you're able to remove these shitty statues. Is that buff only active during Siege Hour, I guess? Anyways. Fun and playable, not done or polished. Yes. With the caveat that balance, I'm really looking forward to the balance and kind of option passes that should be showing up. I will say as a streamer, I'm learning lots of things that I didn't really want to know. All sorts of economy related things. Stuff about buffs. If they make melee viable, this could be really good. Yeah. Yep. I hope melee gets back in here as well. I miss melee. have? I think we captured a bank here. Yeah. I think we do. Would I play Civ 7? Yeah, check it out, Care Bear, for sure. Think I might be calling the stream. I know it's kind of a short stream today. I'll be back on, I think it's gonna be Thursday for a Crowfall stream, unless I end up streaming some random night with that. But I really want to get these audio issues fixed on my stream, which will be tomorrow. I've got a new cable modem and a new router to deal with. Hopefully fucking dealing with these internet issues we've been having, and if not, moving that kind of forward to the next round of bug fixing for that. Fun siege hour, honestly. Yesterday's siege hour was super tedious. Tonight's siege hour was really fun. Got a good fight out of it. A couple good fights out of it. Got a fort out of it. So kind of exciting. But I'm probably out for tonight. So thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for being here. And I will see you soon. Wednesday for me is going to be tryout day. My normal afternoon morning stream hours, 11:30 to 3:30, are going to be checking out 3 or 4 more new games on stream. And looking for more of our variety strategy stuff. And then Thursday starts the Crowfall stuff again. At the moment, I'm planning on continuing to stream Crowfall Thursday to Sunday each week for about 3 to 4 hours in the evening each night. But we're going to call it a little bit short tonight. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to host one of the other guild streamers in my guild. So go say hi to Nagodi. Compliment him on his play in the fight. Ask him if he died. I think he did, so you can probably rub it in just a little bit. And have a good night, guys.